This is a common belief that I notice that is kind of like an underlying belief among the big ones, right? Like we have limiting beliefs about getting what we want, and they're often like, oh, I'm not worthy, or I don't feel able, or, it's not safe. And there's, big feelings around that, big experiences. And one belief I've noticed that kind of lingers beneath the surface, and it's a sensitive one, and that is your perspective and beliefs around how the universe works, right? Like how life in general works. It's like our big, all-encompassing belief about life. And a lot of us have a belief that is in some way structured around we need to prove ourselves to the universe, to God, to the powers that be, to the energies, that there is a right way and a wrong way to be. And we are living our life every day, testing that, seeing if we're doing it right or doing it wrong, trying to do it right, wondering if we're doing it right or wrong, feeling like if we're not getting what we want, we must be doing it wrong, and then trying to correct that. So we're constantly looking for feedback from our world to tell us that we aren't approved. We're not approved of. We're not doing it right. We're being weighed and measured and tested and judged. And sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong, sometimes we're good, sometimes we're bad, sometimes we're rewarded, sometimes we're punished. And of course, we can understand a lot of these beliefs are just projections that stem from childhood and, whatever institutions we were involved in and other peers and people in our lives that we, grew up with. But now as adults, we just project that onto our big world view of how things work. And we are still deep at our core trying to pass the test, get the A+, feel that loving approval. But here's the thing. There is nothing outside of you, not a single thing outside of you that gets to decide if you are approved of or not, if you are good or bad or worthy or not. You are the only one who can decide that. We have all had experiences where someone we love is suffering and we're just showering love on them, saying, I love you, you're worthy, you deserve so much better and you can have it all. And it just doesn't get through because the words other people say to us aren't that valuable. It's the words we say to ourselves that really impress on us, right? So obviously we all want to, share love and tenderness and kindness to the people we love, but at the end of the day, we need to give that to ourselves. No one's going to give that to ourselves better than we can. And so it's really powerful when you start recognizing that, oh, I've been trying to get approval from God or the universe or the energies around me, whatever, however you perceive it, that's okay. There's no like right or wrong way for any of it. But when you're creating this structure that you need to get approval from it, then it's like, oh, I'm not living in my power. I'm saying I want to manifest things. I'm saying I want to change my life. I'm saying I want to let go of this and create that. And yet there's this deeper belief that says that's actually not up to me. I can only try to manipulate and have these transactional experiences where if I do this, then maybe I'll get that, instead of just directly being the person who is worthy, who is approved, who gets everything they want because they can, because they deserve it, because that's just who they are. Bypass this need to get that stamp of approval from the universe and decide it for yourself. Because the truth is, all that energy of existence outside of you is love, it's synergy, it's working together, it's you be your authentic self and live in harmony with everything. And you are loved, it's all love, you are love. So stop looking for validation that you're loved and that you are love, and know it, trust that, lean into that, feel into that, be that, right? it takes practice. You're not going to wake up every day feeling loved and approved of and worthy and capable right off the bat. But when you start pulling that focus away from how can I please the forces that be so that I can get what I want? How can I get what I need from something out there? How can I find the magic pill out there that's going to tell me what I need to hear and fix me? You know, how about I just find within myself that feeling of I am fixed. I am whole. I can have what I want. Actually, I'm feeling into what it feels like to have what I want because I'm worthy of that feeling right now. I don't need to look for something outside of me to decide whether I can have it or not. I'm going to choose to just feel like I have it right now because that feels good. And when you start shifting into this mindset of there's nothing outside of me that gives me the stamp approved or declined or yes or no, there's nothing deciding on who I'm being or what I'm doing is right or wrong or good or bad, then you can just be yourself and know that it's good. And what a freeing feeling that is. And a lot of people are afraid that if I am not, considering if I'm being good or bad, like maybe I'll do bad things. And the reality is the more in love you are with yourself and life, the more love you are just being and giving and exuding and experiencing and sharing. I don't know anyone who has fallen more in love with themselves and become in any way narcissistic or rude and careless and thoughtless and cruel. If anything, the more in love with yourself you are, the more forgiving you are to others, the more generous you are, the more you see that love in everyone around you, the less judging you are because you're not thinking about being judged and what judgments are being made. You've just decided that you're human, you're good enough, you're worthy. And you start seeing everyone else that way too. So again, I'm not telling anybody what to believe. I'm not saying that you need to, change your spiritual or religious beliefs. Those are yours. Those are sacred. Those are special. Those mean so much to all of us, most of us. All I'm saying is if you have a desire and you want to achieve it and you're potentially holding beliefs that contradict you achieving your desire, it's worth reflecting on where those beliefs might be coming from and if they're actually helpful and if there might be a different way you can frame it, such as, I am forgiven, the world is all loving, the universe is all loving, and I just forgot that. But now I don't need to prove myself and I can just tap into all that love that already exists. Maybe that's a more helpful approach that still fits within your belief system or in your spiritual, perspectives and practices. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. I'm happy to answer them. And you can download my Manifest Your Dream Life hypnosis on my website. It's just $27, and it will help you wire your mind to start feeling into that good feeling of, I have what I want. You don't need to wait for anything to say whether you can or can't. You can decide it now and start training your subconscious mind to live in that experience internally so that you can watch it unfold externally as well. So I'm wishing you all the very best. Take care.